itself, and it's coming up. I just want to say one more thing on this pro-life business, folks, because I made the point mere moments ago. Donald Trump, back in the days, hosting The Apprentice and in days prior to that, as a New Yorker, he was never known as a pro-lifer. And it was not specifically pro-choice. He was not an activist either way on the issue. But as a New Yorker, he took the path of least resistance. Woman's right to choose, whenever it came up, that's what he was for. That was the path of least resistance. And this is important. Now, stick with me. It was the path of least resistance for anybody to take who wanted to stay out of that or any other political controversy. It's why people who were adamantly, publicly, proudly pro-life were so attacked. Now, look how this movement, though, has been overwhelmingly successful. If you go back, when this program started, back in 1988, the Republican convention 4 years later, 1992 in Houston, had to give way to pro-choice Republican women and had to give them a forum. In fact, Roger Stone's wife at the time, Ann Stone, was one of the leaders of the movement. And they were constantly pressuring Republicans. You had a bunch of pro-choice Republicans. Do you remember? I've told the story. I was a guest at a party hosted by a bunch of a Republican establishment couple. And there's a bunch of big-time Republican fundraisers. And one of them took me aside after dinner. So what are you going to do about the Christians? Remember this story? And I said, what do you mean? He said, the Christians, they're killing us. They're wiping us out. I said, what do you... Abortion, they listen to you, and you got to get them to calm down. We're never going to win elections. If this is something the Republican Party is identified with. And then the same people would hit me up about gun control. Now, here we are in 2020, and guess what? That wing, the so-called pro-choice Republican, well, you can't find it anywhere. All of those people, what are you going to do about the Christians? Meaning, how are you going to get this issue out of our party? One guy confided in him, I'm making it up, got tired of his wife nagging him about it. Another guy said he didn't want to go to any more Republican conventions with pro-life people because they embarrassed him. But now, where are those people? I mean, the pro-choice Republicans may be still around, but they're docile, they're quiet, they don't make much of... And you know why? Because the Republican Party can't win anything without their votes. There are, at bare minimum, 24 million evangelical votes in America, and maybe more. And guess who owns them? And long before today, Donald Trump. Guess who didn't abandon Trump at any time during the presidential campaign in 2016? Evangelical Republicans. Despite the best efforts of the drive-by media, the pro-choice Republicans, pro-choice Democrats, they couldn't. Why? Because those people know. They know where Trump is. They know where his heart is on this, despite what may be said on an indiscriminate video from years ago made exiting a talent trailer in Hollywood. I think it's an amazing transformation and success story. And all of those moderate Republicans, 1988, 92, 94, all of those people scared to death. The truth of the matter was the Republican Party was never going to win with just their votes. And the Republican Party was never going to win if they got their way and all these so-called evangelicals were tossed out of the party or somehow convinced not to vote Republican. Where would the party be today? And now everybody knows it. And you couple that group with the NRA, and it's no wonder the Democrats are frustrated beyond because they have tried to convince everybody that this country is pro-choice, that this country is Planned Parenthood, that this country is woman's right to choose in a political sense. And they're nowhere near the truth. They're in a minority on these two, guns and life, like they always have been.